Good morning, class.
Good morning.
Today we're going to start Teen Biz 3000. Can I hear a woohoo? Woohoo! Yay! Okay, the whole Teen Biz program, ladies and gentlemen, is built upon 5 steps. Okay, so it kind of keeps it as a routine for you to simplify it. These will be the steps that you will be able to use every single day, with some additional features that I'm going to show you that will make it more interesting as well. So the first step is you go to the mailbox. I gave you a little handy dandy card in front of you that talks about what the 5 steps are. The first one says to read and respond to the email. So please go to your mailbox and find today's article, which I sent you, about First Lady Bush. The purpose of the email is to activate your prior knowledge and get you thinking about what you're going to be reading. It gets you to consider, okay, how does this relate to my life? The other purpose it has, and it's really, really important, is that it's a job-embedded skill. It's a 21st century literacy skill for technology that you're going to need to be able to respond back with an email, especially when you get out in the workplace. So this is great practice for that. And based upon what we've already talked about with First Lady Bush, jot down what you think this article is going to be about. Take a look at your card. What is step 2? Raise your hand if you can tell me.
Read the article of the day.
Read the article. I would like for you to go ahead and click on the blue link. You should be back at your email again. Click on the blue link and go directly to your article. Everybody's article is going to be a little bit different. You took an assessment that placed you in the program at your level. So some of our articles might have a different dictionary at the bottom. It might be a little bit longer or shorter. But generally, the whole article, we'll be able to discuss it since the topic and the content remains the same. Any questions on that? What I would like for you to do right now is read your first paragraph for me, please. Only the first paragraph. And look up at me when you're finished so I know you're done. See the little blue circle under the first paragraph? Click on it, please. What happens when you click on it?
Get a summarize or generate a question.
You got it. It's called a reading connection, guys. And the lesson that we just did on summarizing really helps you to make that connection to your reading. Am I correct?
Yes.
These are the 2 skills that we're focusing on, summarizing and generating questions. Step 3 is the actual multiple choice process. As you're going through the multiple choice questions, keep in mind the same strategies that we talk about all the time, looking at all 4 answers, going back and really choosing the best one. And I can tell you now there's always a tricky one on there that'll say all of these is included in the text except for the following. And that's a really hard one to stop and think about because you have to do many things involved in that question. So if it's here, I'm going to show it to you. The multiple choice is up at the paper clips. Watch up here. I want to show you how it functions. I always have my refer back to the article button. You're not stuck. You can go back and look back at the article before you choose an answer, and I would love for you to use that feature. That's really going to help you to focus on that first try score. You will get 2 chances on each response. The most important try is the first try. So as I read it, based on the article, what can the reader infer about the First Lady's role? I got it wrong. It's telling me to go back and try again. Before I try again, I really want to go in and make sure I refer back to my article. Let me show you what it looks like. And this is what it looks like. So I can pop that open and look for my answer, go back, and I can try it again. If I get it wrong the second time, it's going to tell me what the correct answer is. So I missed both the first try and the second try score, the second try response. I click the arrow at the bottom, The article suggests that girls in Rwanda cannot go to school because. That's a really tough one. The article's suggesting it. Really think about that type of question. So that's not, it may or may not be clearly stated within the article. Again, I go through. I can go back. I get it correct and I get immediate feedback. I love this type of question, and you will see this on the SAT as well. In which paragraph would the author place information about the number of girls now in school in Afghanistan? Looking for those paragraphs, it's telling you in paragraph 1, in paragraph 2, in paragraph 4, in paragraph 5. It's going to be located in one of them. I can always refer back to my article if I'm not sure. I can pick my answer and go through it. The difference between Laura Bush and other activists, what difference between Laura Bush and other activists does the article point out? What type of question is that? What am I doing in that question? The difference between Laura Bush and other activists.
Comparison.
Comparing and contrasting. Absolutely. When you're able to identify the type of question, ladies and gentlemen, it's really going to help you to answer it. At the end of it, ladies and gentlemen, you get your report. You get a first try as well as a second try score. You want that first try, and I'm gonna push you a little bit. I want it above 75%. Okay? You should be able to do it if you're really going back and reading the article very carefully, and you've done your summarizing and generating questions. So you'll really develop that higher level of understanding. The first try score is the most important. After I do the multiple choice, we go to my favorite, the thought question, our constructed responses. We love those, right? Where we have to, now this will be a piece of cake for you guys. You've already done the summarizing, finding the important textual evidence to pull out. So this should be a breeze for you. Finding evidence to support your answer based upon what you think and also what's located within the article. You have your include in your answer that specifically states what you need to have in your paragraphs and in your constructed response. Go back to the article, pull some of the ideas as textual evidence. Restate your ideas in your own words, please. The final step, and if you'll hit your back arrow at the top for me, is the poll question. On that poll question, you get to form an opinion. This is the final step. It's step 5. If you look at your card, you'll see it there. You get to choose what you think. There's no right or wrong with this step. Be ready to back up your response, though, because I may ask you at the end of today, why did you vote that way? And be ready to support it. We may even have a debate about it later this week, so be ready to take that poll question and expand upon why you chose it. So that is step 5.